You're listening to the Experience of the Soul podcast channel, bringing you inspiration, teachings, and practices to support your spiritual journey. Welcome to the Sunday Message and Meditation from Unity of Daytona Beach on the Experience of the Soul podcast channel. We're honored to share these teachings and practices with you. May they be a source of encouragement, reflection, and spiritual growth for you on your journey.
Good morning. Thank you for having us back here. It's been a minute. It's been a hot minute for sure. And if you are not familiar with Bob and myself, we do things a little bit differently. And Bob came to me the other day and he said, "Hey, when you start thinking about writing the talk for Sunday, you mind using this brand new song that he just wrote like last week? You mind using that for the meditation and building something around that?"
I never do this. This is even more unusual than
rare
ever.
Occasion. And I said, yeah, send me the lyrics, right? So I heard him play it and everything, but I don't know the lyrics yet. And I thought, whoa, wow, this is a doozy. This is a doozy for sure. So I kind of backed into it. And I sat with the song and I said, what does this mean to me? Like, what needs to happen in my life? And what do I think will benefit if we listened to this song and really sat with it and brought a piece of us, rebirthed a piece of us from the inspiration that we received from the song. So as I sat down to put this together, I bookended the talk, if you will, the message with two other songs that will support the message. So I asked Bob to start with this song. It's called If Your Hand Was in Mine.
Sometimes I cry for a lonely world that's living in a great divide. Sometimes these tears make me want to wrap myself up and disappear. But I won't be away too long, 'cause my sadness turns to gladness when I sing this song. If your hand was in mine, when they make you my sister, make you my friend, make you my brother. If your hand was in mine, wouldn't it make everything better? Isn't it amazing how every hand fits right in the other? Sometimes I feel when the jackals outside are the only voices I hear, but the call of the love in my heart is stronger. And the feeling I want to reach out won't hold back any longer. If the world needed just one more lover, couldn't it be me? Couldn't it be you? If the world needed just one more lover, couldn't it be me? Couldn't it be you? If your hand was in mine, wouldn't it make you my sister, make you my friend, or make you my brother? If your hand was in mine, wouldn't it make everything better? Isn't it amazing how every hand is right in the other? If your hand was in mine, you feel me inside, deep inside, deep inside. Well, it would bring love, and it would bring touch, and it would bring sight to a world gone blind. If your hand wasn't mine, you couldn't judge and run from me. Point your finger and be done with me. Yank my chain, pull the rug from under me. Hate me, punch me, or hold a gun to me. Hurt me, desert me, resent me, forget me, laugh at me, attack me with apathy. You could only feel me, be real with me, dissolve the fear with me, rise on up to a higher energy. You can't be above me, below me. When you sit down beside me, hold me and know me. Take my hand, my sister, my brother, my friend, my lover. There are no others here. There are no others here. If your hand wasn't mine, you couldn't judge and run from me. Point your finger and be done with me. Yank my chain, pull the rug from under me. Hate me, punch me, or hold a gun to me. Hurt me, desert me, resent me, forget me, laugh at me, attack me with apathy. You can only feel me, be real with me, dissolve the feel with me, rise on up to higher energy. 'Cause you can't be above me, below me. When you sit down beside me, hold me and know me. Take my hand, my sister, my brother, my friend, my lover. There are no others here. Sometimes people want to grab a hand on this one. Get a big hand holding exercise. We can get a whole circle around the room and sing. If the world needed just one more lover, couldn't it be me? Couldn't it be you? If the world needed just one more lover, couldn't it be me? Couldn't it be you? If your hand wasn't mine, wouldn't it make you my sister? Make you my friend, or make you my brother? If your hand wasn't mine, wouldn't it make everything better? Isn't it amazing how every hand fits right in the other? Thank you.
So Bob started that song with the lyrics, "Sometimes I cry for a lonely world that's living in a great divide. Sometimes these tears make me want to wrap myself up and disappear." We have a bit of a crisis, yes? For years, I often wondered if our perceived crises of today are any more significant than previous decades or generations. I mean, Billy Joel so succinctly exemplified as he rattled and rhymed through his song, "We Didn't Start the Fire," if anybody remembers that song, obviously depicting that humanity has been disrespecting humanity and disconnecting from the earth for, well, always, in some way, shape, or form. His lyrics say, "We didn't start the fire. It was always burning since the world's been turning. We didn't start the fire. When we are gone, it will still burn on and on." And then I heard Dr. Zach Bush talk about the existing birth rate decline right now in 2025. And this isn't a small blip in statistics. This decline is below the rate required for humanity's survival beyond 2125, 100 years. He says we're in the midst of a sixth great extinction. We're in a crisis. Not some microcosmic crisis, but a macrocosmic crisis. And some of these things may trigger and bring up some stuff within you. And I just want to say, we need to have these conversations. These conversations matter. And I'm not talking about conversations with like-minded people who are going to agree with us and who are going to judge others the same way we judge them, or who are going to jump on our complaint train or look like us or live in the same type of neighborhood that we live in. We need to have respectable discourse with different people, with different opinions. Imagine that. With different beliefs and religions and different politics. I'm going to say it, different politics. Different orientations, different everything. We need to encourage these conversations if we want and if we care, if we truly care to understand a different perspective. Maybe even recognize a thread of truth in that other's perspective that maybe we did not consider in our own limited thinking based on our life experience and our life exposure. There's nothing in conversation about reaching an agreement about the same philosophy or ideal. Those arguments are fueled by an ego whose sole purpose is to emotionally spew unsolicited advice in an attempt to convince someone else that they're wrong and you're right. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about discussions, conversations inspired by curiosity. Curiosity. Be like the child, right? Discussions inspired by curiosity that lead to understanding another viewpoint with zero concern if the end of the discussion is going to result in another sheep in your flock. If we avoid the reality of having free will to uniquely express as each and every individual human, then our hand is never going to be held by anyone other than ourselves, or a direct mirrored reflection of us. That's a sad end state. If your hand was in mine, you couldn't judge or run from me. Point your finger and be done with me. Yank my chain, pull a rug out from under me, hate me, punch me, or hold a gun to me. Hurt me, desert me, resent me, forget me, laugh at me, attack me with apathy. You could only feel me, be real with me, dissolve the fear with me, rise on up to a higher energy. You can't be above or below me when you sit down beside me, hold me, and know me. Take my hand, my sister, my brother, my friend, my lover. There are no others here. This church, this community claims unity. Unity of what? When the Fillmores began their discussion groups to chat about philosophy and about metaphysical interpretations of Yeshua's teachings, do you think they expected everybody that walked through that door to have the same understanding, the same perspective, and the same belief that they had? Absolutely not. I'm guessing that their intention was to create discourse, to muddle through different perspectives and different opinions in the hopes that every person who collaborated in that discussion would clarify their own internal understanding of what it is to develop a relationship with God. And then to take that relationship and externally walk their faith in that image and likeness of that relationship that they have with their God. And Bob and I are ordained not through Unity, but I have been told that the Fillmores never wanted a formalized church, right? They didn't want that to be created. And look, guys, I'm just going to say this, right? Like, bear with me here. Remember, I might say things that trigger you. When you have a formalized church, it removes discourse and discussion and potentially some self-discovery. It creates a delivery system of messaging and programming from a single talking head with a lot of listening ears. I know the intention there, that comment of they didn't want to start an organized religion, was because they wanted a lot of talking heads and the equivalent number of listening ears. Everyone, every single person, every single living being is a teacher, and every single interaction offers some kind of takeaway. And if we create any other pedestal besides the one that we stand on with every single other living being, we're either going to be constantly disappointed with, constantly judgmental of, or constantly clueless to the lessons of each moment. Just imagine walking into a circle and confidently being able to discuss your experiences about some controversial topics without fear of being judged or condemned or canceled or asked to leave. If we can't do that with our friends, our neighbors, our family, our communities, we're missing the mark. The sin is sinned. If something triggers any one of us, it's never about that something or the person whose mouth or whose behaviors it came forth. It's about our internal intolerance. And that intolerance, that's a choice that we have to resolve so that we can sit, if we so desire, so that we can sit unaffected among every single other different expression of God on this planet. And I don't know about you, but I sure have higher hopes for humanity. I have hopes that humanity can increase tolerance and find peace with each other as we determine if we're going to continue toward or reverse the effects of this path to extinction. It's time. The water broke. The water broke. Who do you want to birth? Not what do you want to birth. Who are you birthing? The water is broke. The only influence we truly have is with ourself. Who are you birthing? Who do you want to rebirth into in order to be unaffected? Unaffected amongst the beautiful, magnificent, incredible, different expressions of God sitting all over the place as you and me. Who are you birthing? I would love to invite you into a meditation with that question on your heart. Who are you birthing? Your water just broke. Who are you birthing? The time is ripe. Allow yourself to receive a breath and feel that life force enlivening and activating all parts of you. The physical, the spiritual, the emotional, the mental, the intellectual. Allow that breath to move through you and ask the question, who do I want to birth? My water just broke. Feel into the lyrics. Allow this song to move you, to inspire you, to create imagery, to bring you answers to that question, who do you want to birth?
Things are falling off the edge of the world. Everyone's amped, all in a hurry. The skies, they cry, the ground below is quaking. Minds are speeding up, energy is high. We made the earth a bank, we're robbing her blind. More is better, it's written on every sign. Urgency rises in the eyes of every girl. Bloodstreams boil, DNA twirls. Wombs are making room for a new arrival. She's weaving a being that everyone can feel. Some of them are ready, it's heavy but it's real. The rest will be left holding an old idea. She's healing and full of hope, holding on to the end of a rope. She's birthing a brand new earth, and her water just broke. The rains that were loose just fell to the ground. The mare's running wild, her mane blowing round. She's kicking up rocks and dirt, her skin is shaking. There's drops of blood and sweat on her brow, her eyes wide shut, she's here and now. There's a scream underneath, but her breath is the only sound. She's feeling the fields, squeezing out freedom in an endless war. It's the only way to beat 'em. Pressure makes a bomb, but it also makes a dime. She's healing and full of hope, holding on to the end of the rope. She's birthing a brand new earth, and her water just broke. She's danced on fire and held the space for greed's generational marketplace. As they broke her trust and took her truth, they altered the seeds so he could mass produce. She gave and gave, fed the hungry ghost, till it was clear her giving is a wasted hope. Her boundaries fell one by one until something more natural had to be done. But her cells, they divided and multiplied. The ones that didn't shine, they shriveled and died. She rearranged it all in the middle of the night, with her third eye fixed on the soft morning's light. And she held all her creatures soft in her arms. As her belly dropped, she hummed a lullaby song. And the whole wide world gasped in relief, as this birth was a death that healed an age-old grief. She delivered a being abundant at peace, where nobody owned anything and everyone was free, and the rest were left holding an old idea. Time is timeless in the age of truth. She created this creation in the ripeness of her youth, and gone for now the days of humanity's abuse. And the light washed away the dark left by the lies, and the balance swung back as she opened her eyes, and the eagle and the condor danced across her sky. And their wings held the wind like our hearts held the news, gentle and pleasant and perfectly in tune. And the memory faded into the gray of the brand new moon.
We allow our breath to continue to move through us. Who is it that you are birthing in your mind's eye? Think about the eagle and the condor. Just up there in those, above the trees, in the clouds, just gracefully making their way, circling, until you see them looking at each other, merging with each other. That prophecy is the merging of the material and the spiritual into the new earth. When the eagle and condor merge, a new earth is birthed. Who are you birthing? As you receive any final contemplative answers, imagery, say thank you. I am here today. Thank you, God. Feel the opportunity that is in front of you. You get to create you. Connect to your breath. Allow your breath to move through you. And as you receive the next inhale, feel that sense of gratitude. You are a gift. And as you exhale, think about the ripple effect that exhale will have when you use your gift of you to show up exactly who you want to be. Slowly allow that breath to remind you that you are sitting in a chair in this room at Unity of Daytona Beach. And allow that breath to pull you back into the space with all of your brothers and sisters. All birthing. All rebirthing. So back to some of those lyrics. She held all her creatures soft in her arms as her belly dropped. She hummed a lullaby song. The whole wide world gasped in relief as this birth was a death, healed an age-old grief. She delivered a being abundant at peace, where nobody owned anything and everyone was free. The rest were left holding an old idea. Time is timeless in the age of truth. She created this creation in the ripeness of her youth. And gone for now, the days of humanity's abuse. The light washed away the dark left by the lies. The balance swung back as she opened her eyes. The eagle and the condor danced across the sky, and their wings held the wind like our hearts held the news, gentle and pleasant, perfectly in tune. The memory faded into the gray of the brand new moon. We can do this. We can do this in unity. Unified together. We can birth a new earth and send our outdated grievances to fade into the new moon. We can bring ourselves back into balance with our relationships to God. I call it the all that is. And with each other. We can release the stories and the lies that we tell ourselves and we share with others that may or may not be the truth. We can make better choices to stop abusing ourselves first, each other, and the earth. We can experience ripeness in each moment, finding a nugget to further investigate and discern. Find out what that nugget means to us. Nobody else can do these things for any of us. It is up to each and every one of us as individuals. Easy, yeah? So where do we start? That seems like this massive elephant, right? And this massive question in a world where every aspect of humanity, good, bad, and indifferent, if we have to qualify it, every aspect of humanity is right at our fingertips. Just expecting to pull us in, rope us in, hook us. Come on. And expecting us to unequivocally support one side or another. And I would, my personal opinion, it's just Shannon Plummer speaking, I believe that unequivocal support usually means that we're missing a compassionate consideration toward what appears to be the opposing view. The truth is usually in the middle, not at the edges of any extreme belief, because then there's always a right side. If you were asked in this moment, immediately stand up and state one thing that you're passionate about, could you do that without hesitating? If you have to sit and think about that answer, maybe it's time to sit and think about that answer. There's a quote that says, if everything is important, nothing is important. If everything is important, nothing is important. So my translation of that is, if we spread ourselves too thin or broadly across multiple unrelated areas of our life, we dilute our impact on any single one of them. There are many, many causes. There are many missions. There are so much work being done in this world. that doesn't mean they're all yours to do. What if it's a little simpler than that? And I know it's easy to see them all. Like we walk around with our phones attached to us, right? But what if, as a starting point, we identify something that really, really matters to us, something that we believe is important for the future of humanity, and become an instrument just for that one thing? Maybe that doesn't mean that you have to stand emotionally charged with a sign on a street corner or march down the streets of DC to try and convince everybody else to think like you. Maybe it does. It could simply be sitting with that one thing in prayer and contemplation, asking for balance and harmony, asking for direction. What are my next steps? What can I do? Because this matters to me. Ask, what can I do within myself to inspire change within me? How can I be a model of hope for the people that I come in contact with? What you choose to do with your priorities is your decision and your decision alone. It doesn't matter what someone else is doing for that or against that. What you choose to do with your priorities is your decision. Are you worried about what other people are doing? Are you doing something yourself? Like, let your action impact and change you. Let your action speak for you. Let your action inspire others without convincing. Let your action show compassion and understanding toward the other sides. Because there's not just two. Your water just broke. Who do you want to birth from the inside out?
Rumi said, yesterday I was clever. I'm going to change the world. See some nods. Today I am wise. I'm going to change me. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to cry about it. I don't want to worry anymore. I don't want to look down from a higher place. I don't need to feel the light, and I just want to be right here face to face. I don't want to plead no more, get you to believe no more, convince you, and put my hands in my pocket. 'Cause this beautiful world I'm waiting to see, I think I'm done trying to change you. 'Cause this time I'm changing me. I don't want to think about it. I don't want to fight about it. I don't want to ponder anymore. I don't want to read about it. I don't want to meet about it. I don't want to ask someone else what they think. 'Cause silence is a dangerous thing. And this bird is telling me it's time to sing. 'Cause I want to walk like it. I want to live like it. I want to feel it in my bones. I want to breathe in my suffering, so maybe just one song. see the light shining on your darkest day. 'Cause if you want to see the change, you gotta be the change. Just takes one to show them the way. 'Cause there are hands to be held and stories to tell and hearts that ache to be free. Love to share from within, peace to begin. If not you and me, then who will? Oh, when on the inside, 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 inside. Who's ready to claim this? Come on. On the inside, 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 inside. On the inside, 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 inside.
All right, yeah, give him a hand, Bob Sima Shannon Plummer. Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you for joining us for the Sunday message and meditation from Unity of Daytona Beach on the Experience of the Soul podcast channel. We're grateful to walk this path with you. May the words and practices you've heard today continue to bring peace, inspiration, and spiritual growth as you move through your week. A production of the Soulworks Group, Incorporated. Thanks for joining us on the Experience of the Soul podcast channel. Every Monday, you'll hear the weekly podcast, and on Wednesday evenings, the Sunday message and meditation from Unity of Daytona Beach, with more meditations and affirmations throughout the week to inspire your journey.